What's up, nerds? If you've listened already, you can obviously tell I'm not Corey Dierig. My name is Matthew Keel, and Corey is out because of work. That's usually my excuse, but hey, we got to let him have it too. So you've got me driving the ship this week. So it's going to get weird. It's probably going to get fun. At least I always think it's fun, but nobody else seems to. But anyway, I've got my fellow Hammer brother Moose here. Moose, how are you?
I'm good. Doing good, man.
And we've got a cherry popper in the form of... Introduce yourself, sir.
Jason, Gimpy J, if you've played online with me. How's it going?
Yeah. Doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing excellent.
So, tell us about yourself, Jason.
Well, I'm losing my voice, as you can hear, so I'm Batman.
Okay, Christian Bale, stop.
I don't think you can. If you wanted to.
I've been trying to for the past week.
Then all of a sudden he starts speaking it. What is he Australian? What if you start speaking in like an Australian accent? Just all of a sudden, oh crap, he really is Christian Bale.
No accents. If I do accents, people are going to turn this off immediately.
That's okay.
They've watched worse. They've watched worse.
I mean, there's worse out there to watch.
That's true. That's true. Not throwing any stones.
Moose, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
How is it almost south of the Mason-Dixon line?
Hot. It's hot today.
It's real hot here, too.
It's
we got a monsoon up in New Jersey.
You're in Jersey?
Yep.
Oh, okay, I'm in Philly. Yeah, it's hot and wet, which to quote Good Morning Vietnam, it's great when you're with a lady, but it's no good if you're in Philly.
Yeah, we got I think we got the storm that y'all had. Like the tail end of last week, so it downpoured like all night last night. And so it's just been. I'm not looking forward to cutting the grass in this heat come Wednesday.
Yeah, it went from 0 to biblical like 3 times today while I was at work.
Awesome.
Yeah, it didn't cool down at all.
Yeah.
Nope.
Seemed to get hotter the more it rained.
Yep. So you guys playing anything?
You can go first. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So, still playing Zelda on Switch. I'm up to 737 Korok seeds.
There's 900, I think.
Yeah, gotta catch Corey.
Yeah, 900. 900 for a golden turd.
Yep. Trying to get through Walking Dead Season 1 on Vita. That is an awful game. Moose has heard me. It is.
Well, is this your first time playing it? Is this your first?
It's my first time.
Like,
can I ask you another question?
Sure.
Is it your first Telltale game?
It is my first Telltale game.
Oh, now see, you're gonna go the same route I am, because I despised Walking Dead 1. Season 1 was horrible. I agree with you. Everything you've said. Yeah, it is absolute shit. The story is good, not enough for me to even pick up season 2 because there's no platinum. So the shit show that was season 1, and the fact that season 2 doesn't have a platinum solidifies that I'll never play it. But their other games are really good. If you have Wolf Among Us, try that. I think we've talked about that, and I suggested that. Wolf Among Us is really good. They've cleaned up the mechanics. The game mechanics are a lot better and more responsive. And then Tales from the Borderlands is even way better than that. So anyway.
Yeah, definitely want to play Borderlands. Huge Borderlands fan. So maybe if I get through this.
You are among friends if you're a fan of Borderlands, that's for sure.
And then playing Marvel Heroes Omega.
So Matt, you know how we know Bloodborne like the back of our hand?
Yeah. Jason
knows Borderlands 2 like the back of his hand. It's scary. We're doing a playthrough to try and get the platinum because I've got like 64% I think on Borderlands 2. So I
still have to do all the DLC. I have the platinum, but
yeah. Well, I want to do the DLC and then I want to platinum the pre-sequel. So that's like our goal.
I want to as well.
But it's just funny like watching like we're just running around. He's like over here. There's a symbol. There's a vault symbol. He's like, over here. I'm like, now I know how y'all feel when we play Bloodborne together.
Yeah, Moose was like, go past that third werewolf, make a left at the lamppost, talk to the weird guy, kill the woman.
Yep. All that makes sense. Yep. Yeah, no, it's yeah, that's blood. That's how Bloodborne works. It's always the third werewolf, and you do have to talk to the weird woman. Do not kill her. Right. At least not yet. You have to kill her later. But it's even weirder once you get to like if you decide to jump down a well of just nebulous shit. If you want to go to like Demon Souls and like the original Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 has some fucked up shit in it too. But like that's one of the reasons why I love those games. Oh, we have kids.
Yeah, there's a child. She's departing. Do you want to say hello?
Child.
Say hi.
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 Say hi.
Who are the weird men on the internet, Daddy?
Okay.
She's like,
Mommy, I talk to weird men on the internet.
Yeah, let's not go down that route.
yeah.
That should be her last appearance.
Yeah.
Well, it's all right. If you ever decide to make an appearance on Fathers of the Grind, you're probably going to see Derek's kid naked.
Yeah, you got to watch that. That's
all
the time.
If there was, I love Derek. I love Fathers of the Grind, but there's no disputing that is Derek's child. I'm just saying right now, there's no argument whatsoever. He is 100% Teague, 100% of the time. And anyway. So, you're a Borderlands fan, huh?
Huge Borderlands fan.
What do you prefer, 1 or 2?
2 story-wise. I feel the humor is definitely, they upped it. 1, though, the openness. 2 felt a little more linear. 1 was wide open. They didn't help you at all. Yeah. I remember doing that platinum, and it was like, oh, hey, you missed the quest, but we're not going to tell you where it was.
Good luck, motherfucker!
Yeah, they did do a better job of quest tracking in the sequel.
Yeah, it would show up as hidden or just so there was something there.
You're like, oh, I've got to go to the frozen lake, whatever, the frozen lakes or whatever, and you'd be like, oh, hey, here's that quest. You just find the yellow exclamation point and then you start it. So
the characters were better in 2, though.
See, I think the characters in 1 were better. I liked
I think the supporting characters in 2 were better than 1.
Okay, I'm with you there. I'm with you there.
Although Marcus is the best. He's the best, but
which one is Marcus? I always is he the gun shop guy? Yeah,
he's the gun seller.
Some of his quotes, like I think the DLC was better in 2.
1's DLC, the Mad Moxie one. I think I left my PlayStation 3 on because it took so long between rounds that I would pause
ridiculous.
It and shut the TV off and leave.
Yeah, you go home, you actually leave, run all your errands, come back, and you still have to wait like 20 minutes for a match.
Wow, that's crazy. I never played the matches with people on.
Like
I did. It's a slaughterhouse, those rounds, but it was like 25 rounds each time.
Mm-hmm.
That's brutal. Yeah,
it was like it was a cool concept as like a horde mode, but they had a long way to go to make it good.
Yeah,
they had a long way to go.
What's the Secret Army of whatever Knox? General Knox? That was good DLC.
General Knox was cool.
That was a good DLC. That was some really good DLC.
Yeah, I remember playing that when it came out, and nobody could beat Knox at first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was weird. That was people. I remember. Well, like I played Borderlands 1 right before 2 came out. I actually I blitzed it for like a week. And I got the platinum, and then I bought 2 on Black Friday. Same day I got my Vita actually, and like I went back and started trying the DLC, but then I started looking for like. Because I like trophies a lot, I started looking through forums and things like that. And I'm like, eventually, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Mainly because of all the, like not a lot of it was story. Most of it was just like do this thing. The
Vita version you meant that is awful.
Oh no, I didn't play it on Vita. I didn't play it on Vita because I'm not an idiot. Like
he's not insane. Well,
bad game.
Both of those are still up for debate.
I mean, I'm not that idiot. We'll say that. Like, because people who are saying, "Oh, I want to play Borderlands on my Vita," I'm like, why? Why? I don't know anything about tech specs or anything like that, but I know that whenever a game like that is going to be condensed into a portable system,
yeah, you can.
You're going to. I mean, it's like if you're a Married with Children fan, Bud Bundy once said about his sister Kelly, "Well, when you pour a gallon of knowledge into a single cup, you're going to spill some." That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Let's map the grenade button to the back of the Vita, so anytime you grab it, you throw one.
Yep. Yeah. Just never have. Well, then again, I don't like the grenades in Borderlands, so I would just like get rid of them anyway.
I like the transfusion ones. Those are the only ones I use. So.
Who's your main in Borderlands, Jason?
Zero.
Oh, man, after my own heart. That's right, because that's the right way to play it.
Before they fixed the glitch, I was able to one-shot Terramorphous with the melee build.
Great. Oh, I love that. Oh, so good. One-shot Terram. Oh, that was nice.
And then love Tiny Tina.
Oh, yeah.
The crap she said.
Yeah, her DLC was amazing, too.
Yeah.
Like, her DLC.
Her DLC belongs in the conversation of best DLC of all time. I think the depth of that story is actually really goddamn cool, and it doesn't get the credit it deserves, I think. So I will move us through to topics, unless Moose, do you want to talk? Good. Didn't think so. For the record, I haven't been playing anything because I've been working. And actually on podcasts and
Zelda. You've been playing Zelda?
I haven't played shit. I haven't touched a video game system other than a Vita.
Yeah.
In like a month.
Wow.
Like I'm starting to shake. Like it's bad.
So tomorrow will, like you were saying, will end that cycle for you.
No. Well, tomorrow won't. But Wednesday. Well, actually, no. I probably won't. Like, here's my week. I've got full-time gig and then hospital tomorrow night. So that's 16 hours. I'll probably play Vita at the hospital because, well, actually, I'm jinxing it now because it's going to be swamped now that I've said, hey, I want to play my Vita. Yeah. Wednesday is actually training at the new thing that I have. Yeah. And then Wednesday night, I actually, if we have any cross-pollination between here and the beer show I do, we're recording the beer show Wednesday night.
Nice.
Thursday, I'm actually not sure. Thursday, I might actually be on PS4.
Wow.
If there is a God in heaven, I will manage it so I am on PS4 in the morning. I work at the hospital Thursday night, and I go to Chicago on Friday. I'm going to see my best friend Jason for his birthday. He's turning 40.
I feel like you have to play some video games before you get on another video game podcast. I feel like it's
well, that's why I'm doing a beer show after this one.
Just a little bit. And Ballast Point. Nice.
And when and believe me, Jason, when this NGR thing started, when this ride began, I was playing a lot of video games. Moose could probably back me up on that.
Yeah.
I hope.
He was.
I mean, I wouldn't know Moose without video games. So quick question and credibility, Jason. Why you got to do this? You just got here. That's very unguessed. No, I'm kidding. You do what you want.
You can fire all the shots you want.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an easy goddamn target. Let's just be real. So I wasn't here for our 1-year anniversary, and I feel like I made Corey sad. So do you guys have any lingering thoughts about E3? Do you want to talk about it at all? That's not my topic, but if there's anything you guys want to say.
I just wanted to say that today the director of Detroit Become Human stated that it is releasing this year. So a lot of people were talking that, Sony didn't have like year release dates for the stuff they showed during the press conference. Well, apparently Detroit Become Human's coming out. So that'll be interesting to see where they're going to put it and when it's going to launch. I wonder if it'll be something that'll come in December sometime, like or they'll announce the release date at like Tokyo Game Show or Paris Games or one of the, Gamescom is coming up soon, or is that in August?
Yeah, Gamescom I think is July.
So they did say that they held back on announcements, but I just wanted to put that out there in case somebody, some fans of the series out there.
I think Sean Layden had said everything that said 2018 was first half of the year. So it's going to be a stacked year again.
Well, I think what they're going to do is I think they're using between now and PSX to get to a point with God of War where they can pick a date. That's what I think is going to happen. I think PSX is when they might show some more God of War, but they will show it with a date. Because if they don't do that, I don't want to see it at PSX. Like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see any of the games that they showed, Days Gone, Spider-Man, God of War, and Detroit. I don't want to see them unless they're showing a date at the, they could show it in the beginning or the end. Just, I want to see a date to know when it's coming. So.
Yeah. They got to go like the movies where you get that teaser coming soon. Then the next teaser gives you a date. This whole, what do we got Wolfenstein. That's the date.
Yeah.
But even Microsoft, they gave us the Xbox X dates. But what happens if
you mean the Xbox?
Xbox X. Yeah, that thing. Even that, it's in the future. But what happens if there's delays?
That's
the
true.
system's not even out.
It hasn't even passed. I read somewhere that it needs to pass the FCC regulations.
Yeah, there's a whole. Phil Spencer on Giant Bomb's evening show for E3 that they did. They had him on for an hour, which that's where I like Phil Spencer the most. I like Phil Spencer as sort of a mouthpiece for a company. I feel like he's wasted as the keynote for E3. I don't feel like he feels at home doing that. But when he has you could say what you want about Jeff Gerstmann at Giant Bomb. I respect the guy because he's been doing this a very long time. But at the same time, I think he reads his audience rather well. He asks Phil the right questions. Whereas I feel like a Jeff Keighley kind of is there to brown nose a bit and make the interviewee feel good about themselves.
I can see that. I watched one of their YouTube things, the review of Microsoft, and you can get the feeling of that, where he's just kind of helping the guests along or whatever, just trying to, kiss up to them. Maybe not kiss up to them, but, make them feel better about their appearance there or something. But,
even that 5-minute interview with Randy Pitchford. As much as we like Borderlands, let's be honest, the movie, the Duke Nukem movie, they're probably going to tank. Keighley should have focused on.
They're gonna. It's Duke Nukem.
The only question he should have had for him was, "Where's Borderlands 3?"
And he didn't. Did he even ask it? He probably didn't even ask it. So.
But see, and Gerstmann tends to ask those questions the right way. He doesn't like in any of these interviews where you see him actually interviewing somebody. He never once holds their foot to the fire and says, "Hey, where's this? We want it now. Give me an answer."
Yeah.
He's always so people are talking. Maybe this is a thing. Is this on your mind? And then they sort of go with that. And sometimes they leak something. Sometimes they give you enough to say, "Oh, they're actually working on it." But as for Detroit, I'll be honest with you. If people are really clamoring for a date for that, let me tell you exactly what's going to happen when Detroit comes out. They're going to be like, "Oh yeah, David Cage game, yeah, woo! Buy it day one, put it in the system." What am I doing?
Yeah, a lot of people.
What am I doing? This is French Canadian story stuff that's abstract and I don't get, and I want to kill stuff, not change my story path. And and I feel like, Moose and I definitely have more horses in the Sony race than we do the Xbox race.
I don't have any.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm correct. You have more.
That's true. That's true.
But it's not. We're not going to say. We're not delusional enough to think, "Oh, a new David Cage game. It's really going to ignite the PlayStation base," because that's what we really want. We want fit pieces and drama or melodrama or bad melodrama, depending on which way you look at David Cage.
Yeah. I still think it'll be a good game. It looks really good. I think it's going to be interesting to see all the endings for it. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be fun. So.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh, David Cage."
Right. No.
I'm not saying he's crapping out another $60 turd for my PS4, but he's gonna put out his brand of thing.
Right.
And I like the fact that PlayStation gives him that platform.
Yeah.
Would it be weird if I said I'm not looking forward to Detroit?
Nope, not at all. I totally agree with you completely.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it as a game to be able to play. To be honest, I probably will not pick it up day one, but I'm just excited to see like that style of game. Like it's cool seeing somebody doing something different than just a first-person shooter killing, or like an attempt at a third-person Assassin's Creed / insert anything there, So.
Or what was that one thing we saw? I don't remember where we saw. It might have been EA, where it was just like boilerplate shooter. Yeah. And it was
Anthem. Was that Anthem?
No, it wasn't Anthem. It was something. It might have been. It could have been shown at any one of the conferences. But there was this one moment where it literally just could have been called video game, and it was a first person shooter. I'm like, that is some generic. That is literally what every parent thinks of when you say video game. That's what they think it means. Yeah. Like if I'm talking to a coworker who does not play video games and I say, oh yeah, I play video games. That's probably what they think I do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, and I'm with you, Moose. I like the fact that this medium sort of includes weird stuff. And I think what David Cage does and what games like, Tacoma and Gone Home and Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, I think those are like two sort of branching paths of they're two branching paths of the old school adventure game.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see more of that, and I'd like to see how that can sort of push things forward, however it may.
Yeah, you need it. I mean, people have different tastes. I mean, I'm more of a blow shit up and cause chaos. Life is Strange just seems boring to me, but everyone praises it.
Have you ever played Helldivers?
Yes.
Okay.
He needs to play it. We need to play that. We need to help him get the plat.
Helldivers.
That's Moose's pitch every time. You play this, we need to get you the plat.
We need to get you the plat.
And I always fall for it. Hey, play Bloodborne. Oh, God. And I got the platinum.
See, I told you. We're working on the Borderlands, too. And you're working more so on the Marvel than I am. So
I'm
back to that.
Close to done.
Which is crazy. That's great. And it's not even out yet. It's not even released.
Yeah, it's still in early access.
Yeah, you have to finish it before the beta closes.
Yeah.
God, get that if you get the platinum before it releases, that'd be so good. See now, I don't find myself interested in Marvel Heroes.
I know you like Diablo, so it's kind of like Diablo.
And I was looking at them like, yeah, it's like Diablo, but at the same time, I'm not. There's just something about it that just doesn't.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what it is, but I don't know.
Understandable.
So, Jason, you're popping your cherry here. What's your topic?
All right, so I saw this post on another site, so I'm going to expand a little. No.
There are no other sites.
So someone posed the question, what are the last 2 games you played? Make them a game. But I figured I'd go a little further. And what 2 games would you actually like to see, or rather think that could actually work together? Not something ridiculous like Bloodborne and Life is Strange, but like something that could actually work. So you guys, I'll let you guys go see what your ideas are.
What 2 games going together would actually work?
Wait,
any 2 games, any genre. anything.
Okay. All right, I've got mine.
And make a new game.
I've got mine, and it's going to take some. It's probably going to take some walk-in on this one, so you're just going to have to bear with me. I've said a couple of times here and every other place that if Blizzard decided to make a Souls-style game, and and very much in the way that like Diablo is with like the rifts and things like this, where you just have endless Diablo. If I got endless Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, if I got endless that, I'd probably never have to buy another video game. And if there was a way to do that, I would be on board. That would probably be like I've always toyed with the idea of like getting on the bandwagon of a game early and like champion it and evangelizing it anywhere I could. If that were to happen, that would be the game that I'd do it. Mainly because that has been my thing for damn near 10 years now, and I'm sad that Dark Souls 3 was the last one of those, and I hope there are more. I haven't played Lords of the Fallen, but I've heard it doesn't really measure up. I haven't played The Surge yet. I've heard, it's passable Cyber Souls. I've also heard it's like Lords of the Fallen, where it doesn't measure up. But if there was a way I could get endless Dark Souls, even make it like Spelunky, where it's like a roguelike, where you just go. You go through worlds, you fight a boss, next world. Go through, fight him, next world. I would play that forever. I mean, I'm playing Spelunky, 4 years after it came out on Vita still? I'm playing Binding of Isaac 2 or 3 years since it came out on Vita. I still play Nuclear Throne on Vita. I'm playing Crypt of the Necrodancer on Vita. Give me a game that never really ends despite having an ending. I'll probably find a way to play it for a very long time and keep going back to it.
Yeah.
I mean, hell with that. I mean, even dial it back from Dark Souls. If there was a way to get Horizon Zero Dawn, that combat, and with just like constantly, just endless streams of metal dinosaurs for me to fight. Oh hell yeah! I mean, because that's some of the most fun I've had this year. So yeah, that's my answer. Like Dark Souls, endless. If you make that happen, I'll probably be on board.
So basically, like almost in a way like World of Warcraft, where they just keep building on the same basic idea, but keep adding to it, and you're maybe paying DLC wise, not really a new game.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess
make it a platform that you just keep adding over the years until you have to like go to a new generation, I guess.
Right, yeah, but I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't really throw MMO onto that because I feel like, I mean, I've never played an MMO. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I feel like I don't want to. I feel like the sort of, I say lifestyle, but I'm not trying to be flippant about it, but I feel like the way you sort of have to change how you play, when you play, and you have to sort of schedule things based on events.
Yeah.
That's, I mean...
That's a second job.
Yeah, and I don't need another job. I've got enough.
Yeah.
I don't need another one.
That'd be a third job.
There'll be a fourth at this point.
Yeah.
What am I doing with my life? Moose, your answer.
If I had to mix two games or two styles of games to make a perfect game, I would love to see either. I'd love to see it's going to be Borderlands based, since we've been talking about Borderlands, and I've been bitten by the bug again since we've been playing again, and I'm just loving.
I respect you for it.
Love always going back to that game. It's like Bloodborne. I'll always go back to Bloodborne or Helldivers. But I'd like to see almost like a like either a twin stick shooter mixed with it, like a Helldivers, like a Borderlands and Helldivers, or like a Borderlands and a 2D side-scrolling procedurally generated game. Like, it would be cool. Like, you go into a level and it's this is going to be an ice world, so we're just going to procedurally generate it. The enemies are still kind of the same. They pick from a library, and then you're fighting the boss is always going to be the same, but the way you get there is going to be different almost every time. I think like having a top-down Borderlands shooter where the loot really matters. Like, that's the one thing that I really missed in Helldivers was, yeah, you're unlocking stuff as you go and unlocking perks for each, where you can buy perks for each weapon once you unlock the points, but there's not really like, I feel like in their sequel, Helldivers 2, they could really get into it with like just random base drop loot, like Diablo does, and then just make everybody's loot table their own loot table. That was the one thing I don't like about Borderlands 2 is like when a boss dies and drops something, it drops for everybody. Like it's not like me and Jason are playing, or the three of us are playing. Jason sees a shotgun and you see a sniper rifle and I see a pistol. Like, it's the same pistol for everyone, and you have to sit there and, like, rock, paper, scissors to decide who gets to actually pick it up. And usually, I try and just let the person, if I'm playing in somebody else's game, I just let them take it. I'm just like, it's your game. I'm helping you, so you just, it automatically goes to you. I just think that's, like, a standard rule for, like, when you're helping somebody in that type of situation. But I think that would be really, really cool to have a top-down shooter like in the Borderlands world and just wreak havoc with it. It'd be really cool, I think.
I like it.
I'm sold.
I like it a lot, actually. I mean, but question. Is Frank in this game?
Yes, Frank will be in the
good.
game.
Yeah, you got to bring Frank.
Yes.
You got to have Frank. Is Claptrap in this game?
Well, if it's a Borderlands game, yes. So it could be like a merge of the two, and Frank could be the one that drops you off on the world. Because you could go from world to world. You know what I'm saying? And they could be like, we've got 5 different types or 4 different types of worlds. They had like the forest with the water, they had the lava, they had the desert, sand type. They could have all different types of worlds, and then Frank could be the one that drops you off, and Claptrap could be the one talking shit to you while you're trying to get stuff done.
Where does Mr. Torg fit?
Mr. Torg's like from Metal Gear Solid. He's your advisor. He's always in your ear.
There you go. Telling you about the new explosion.
You're not killing that boss. Kill it harder.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Jason.
I want a Skyrim / Fallout-esque open world with Mirror's Edge. Glitches galore.
Yeah, glitches galore.
Mirror's Edge type movement. So okay. I want more vertical. Not Zelda though, where Zelda's its own category.
What about like Crackdown or
Crackdown, or even remember Prototype? For
I never played. Yeah. Never played Prototype.
So where you could scale it, but it's not just vertical. You could do more faster movement, and then add in. Now, I'll probably have a lot of people who hate this. I hated the Fallout building, but more in-depth building, like maybe between Fallout and Minecraft. Add an aspect where it's more detailed and easier to use, but don't make it central. But make it where it's actually useful. It's not just something aesthetic, like you go there and just hang out. Like, make it part of your story.
Like, you can store stuff there, or you could, like, grow herbs for potions or poisons or something.
And then the most important.
I mean, I thought it was cool to build a basketball court in Fallout 4. I really did. But unfortunately, I didn't get to play basketball, which is annoying.
And then most importantly, no missable trophies.
Yeah.
And no 5 playthroughs.
Yeah, there we go. All the difficulty trophies stack on one.
I want a more open, not more open world Skyrim, but a Skyrim with more movement close, like maybe futuristic. So like a futuristic Skyrim but with the building mechanics that are more in depth than.
Well, now when you say futuristic, sort of elaborate on that, because I feel like, and Moose will tell you, I've never played Skyrim, but I've heard the combat is kind of garbage. At least the melee stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing about that, because I posted about that and people in Father's Grind called the combat trash, and I tried to bring up a good point. But some people listened and some people didn't listen, because I will say it. I'll say it to my dying breath, and I can argue this point. Locking on has totally killed combat. Like, you just lock on. But yes, Skyrim is not as fast as like Bloodborne when you're trying to attack something, but you have to, I believe they built the combat in that system to have a risk and reward and like a weight to it. Like, before you go and attack that guy, you got to make sure he's set, or if he's done his cycle of whatever he's doing, is he going to move? Because as soon as I go to attack him, sometimes you can't really turn to try. You can turn somewhat, but he might just move all the way to your right, and you're going to just whiff it. And then you got to try and turn around and go after him. And there's no lock on in the game, which I kind of like. Like, I play a tank archer. So like, I do stealth with my bow and arrow. And then if I get found, I just switch over to two-handed axe and just start wrecking shop. So I just feel like, I don't feel the combat in it is garbage. I just think people are too used to locking on to things, and that's why they think it's garbage, because they can't do it right. They just can't work with the combat system. But anyways, you were saying, Matt, I just want to bring up that point and say it's not garbage.
I mean, well,
I gotta defend my favorite game.
And that's, yeah, like, I've had to, for people that have come at me going, man, those games suck. I'm like, no, Dark Souls games are great. It's just, it's you that sucks.
Yes.
I mean, granted, when I sit down and play a Dark Souls game or a Bloodborne, it's me that sucks. It's me that has to rise to that challenge and beat that boss.
Unless it's Amidala, then no, it's not you. Nope.
No, it's Amidala.
She sucks. Nope,
she
sucks.
Yo, Amidala twice, actually 4 times, solo, Chalice Dungeon. What?
I'm gonna need video proof of that.
I do believe you have photographic evidence, Moose.
Maybe I do. I'll have to look back through.
It's been a while, but yeah. No, I feel like I mean, I can speak to Fallout because I even with 4, as refined as that is compared to 3 and New Vegas, it's still not great. But also, I don't come to those games for that. I don't feel like that's what I don't think they're presenting a combat, exhibition. I feel like I don't come to Fallout to have shooting combat like Titanfall.
Yeah.
I come to Fallout for a myriad of other reasons, all of which I've been thinking about a lot lately and wanting to go back again, because I like the world building in those games. But like with Morrowind and Oblivion specifically, like the combat sucked there too, but that wasn't what those games were about. I feel since their games, Bethesda's games, Fallout and Elder Scrolls respectively, they're so like vast. They're like so massive. They're massive, but they're also dense.
That's the thing. That's what I was trying to get to. Like, you can pick up a cup in a dude's house like 3 miles away from your little hideout, take it back to your hideout, and be like, oh shit, I've got this cup. I'm gonna dump it. And you could dump it. You could just go outside and dump it. Well, now the game has to record the fact that you did that, and it has to keep that and everything else that you're doing on top of it. It has to track all those millions of little pieces. And I feel that if they dialed it back with the amount of shit you can interact with, still have stuff. But, you know, like if you're looking at a table setting, it's like the plates and the cups, maybe not the plates, the cups, the forks, the chairs, you know, like you don't need to be able to move everything. And then they could take some time and refine their combat. I'm not going to say that Skyrim's combat doesn't need refinement. It could definitely use some improvement, some huge improvements. I just don't think it's absolute shit like some people think it is. And Fallout 4, I've played a little bit of it. I've played Fallout 3. I think Fallout 4 is a good step forward as far as their combat goes, especially since, if I am remembering correctly, they got with the team that did Doom to help them with their shooter mechanic. Yeah, if you weren't going to use VATS, it would almost kind of work exactly like Doom. Like it had a good shooter. It had good shooting mechanics. I
feel like they put it on the right track. I don't think it's as good as Doom. I mean,
no. I'm not trying to say it's as good as Doom. I'm just saying the team helped them to try and make sure that their shooting was not shit. So I feel like if Bethesda dialed it back a bit, you know, like made the world, you know, a big open world, but just like dial back on all the stuff that gets affected in the world, they can focus on other things, more important things. Like, I don't know, bugs. The bugs, they can fix all their freaking bugs.
And see, and a lot of people bitch about the jank in Bethesda games, but if that's not part of the charm,
it is a little bit.
Now, don't get me wrong. Do not misunderstand me. A game-breaking glitch is a game-breaking glitch, and it is a terrible, terrible thing. But when you're trying to talk to an NPC who is literally sliced in half by a wall and you're watching its lips move, oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Or when you're farming greater souls off of mammoths and you go out to the giant camp in Skyrim right outside Whiterun, and there's a mammoth standing on top of another mammoth. And you're just like, okay.
You're just like,
we're going to do this.
I'm going for double mammoth.
Or the mammoth will be a top, like another mammoth height above it, or way up in the air and just fall and die. So you lose that greater soul. You can't use your soul trapped. I use soul trapped bow and arrow. One shot kill them, maybe two shot when I'm first starting off my character. But just shoot the arrow, kills them, traps the soul. Well, there goes that soul. I can't get it because the game couldn't register it in time or whatever, and it was up in the air and it just fell to the earth and died.
And if you're gonna sit there and go, "Oh, that ruined my day," but it was kind of funny.
No, it's funny. I just kept moving along. I agree with you. Some of the bugs are not bad. Yeah. Some of them are funny, but I agree with you. Like, game-breaking bugs need to be fixed.
Yeah, game-breaking bugs suck. I mean, the shit that went on with Fallout New Vegas on 360 and PS3. Oh man. The fact that I had to wear a cowboy hat and die a lot was pointless. But like, I mean, you know, one of my favorite game-breaking bugs, and this is, I'm stepping away from Fallout, or not game-breaking, but it was just a bug. It was from The Witcher 3, like right after that game came out. And this was in the Platinum Achievements group. If you know, he's in Fathers of the Grind too. His name is Clayton Pace. That motherfucker gets the funniest shit to happen to him in video games. There was this one point where he crossed a lake or a river or something. He swam across it, gets across, calls for his horse, and I guess he's expecting his horse to come via land. And the horse just materializes from like under his path in the lake.
That's awesome.
And I'm just like, I'm like, bravo! Like, that is the kind of glitch I think is just perfect. Like that's a moment right there, and that's not something you can telegraph to happen. That's not something that any player can say, yeah, I know how to make that happen.
Yeah.
But like, and if you're gonna bitch, you might be taking these video games a bit too seriously.
There's that too.
Yeah. I mean, geez. I mean, some of my favorite moments were, you know, the dumb mistakes I made in Helldivers. Moose, you've seen me make a bunch of them.
Least favorite moments are some of the dumb mistakes you've made in Helldivers.
I think First time I played Skyrim, that giant camp outside Whiterun, the first time I was killed, yeah, I'd be pissed if I was killed, but the fact that I was sent 3,000 feet into the air.
The giant?
Okay, I'll take that.
The giant space program?
Yeah.
How are you sent through? Does he have a bat and he just swings and you're just like, oh.
He's got a club and he just like one hits you and you just bounce off the ground and just go flying. Just straight up in the air.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, with the Force, you would figure you'd go through the Earth, yet you'd bounce and go to...
Hey, this is not Asura's Wrath, all right? We don't want to step on any copyrights here.
You should, Matt, you should look those up. The Giants, the Skyrim Giant Space Program. Just watch those videos. They're funny.
Sounds like a good... I feel like I should play Skyrim and just participate.
You should.
Just not on PS3. Just don't do it on PS3.
Yeah, don't.
Well, I bought it day one on PS3.
It's still buggy.
Well, I never put it in. I waited a year, and I'm like, I should probably return this. I'm not going to play it. And I did. And then it was announced for PS4. And I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere. I'm pretty sure I have a physical copy. My apartment is apart from what you see right here, it's a demilitarized zone in here. It's like Frank landed and left. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I have that somewhere. Oh wait, there it is. It's down there. I got it. Moose, I believe it's your topic now.
So
unless you had anything to add, Jason, I don't want to feel like.
Oh no, you were asking about futuristic, and I meant more not Fallout, like post-apocalyptic, more Deus Ex future.
Okay.
That type of setting, because it's always zombies, post-apocalyptic. I want to see more just future where the world's not ending.
Like space?
Like the future we thought it was going to be in the 90s before zombies came along and it became the post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
Flying cars, neon, Blade Runner could be thrown out there.
Oh, Blade Runner, Fallout, that'd be so good. Oh!
But wait, no, what about, what is that, Cyberpunk 27?
That's when it's coming out, 2777.
77.
Yeah.
But that game might scratch that itch just a little bit, Especially, it's the people that did, CD Projekt Red, that did The Witcher 3. I still think the controls are trash, but the game is good. Like, it's got a dense setting, it's got interesting characters, and it does not. It's got a mature rating, and it doesn't throw any punches. Like, it's like what? Like, you're not trying to watch. It's not like watching an R-rated movie, but then it was like cleaned up because like they know their audience is going to be more so like. Teenagers, they're just like, fuck it, we're making this is gonna be, it's M-rated because we got everything going on here.
That's what it is.
Exactly. So maybe their Cyberpunk 2077 will
Why is it that company can take their time on Cyberpunk? Nobody seems to care, yet all they have really is Witcher, yet Bethesda, who puts out some of the best games of all time, where's the next Fallout 5? Where's the next Skyrim?
Yeah, like people were expecting to see the Elder Scrolls 6 at
Have you ever heard of undue entitlement? Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. Have you ever heard of the gaming community? Are you on Twitter? I mean, have you ever gone on to NeoGAF and really just dug in? Have you ever looked at a subreddit?
Yeah.
I mean, because I'll be honest with you, I know people that have. Well, I don't know people personally because let's face it, I don't have any friends outside of this podcast. But I've seen people get tons and tons of shit on Reddit, and I'm like, how do you not look at this and just laugh? Because you could just see people just seething with anger that they're at their most creative on how they are going to hurt somebody, or that it's just comical. I cannot take you seriously at this point because if you're spending all this time talking, sure, I'll bet you there's there's probably a small percentage that have thought about this and will act in the way they're talking about. Some of it is just like, clearly you've missed your calling. You're spending these times commenting on forums when you should really be writing sketch comedy.
Or just playing your video games.
Or just play a different game. I mean, that's what I did. If I'm like, man, this shit sucks, I'm gonna play something else.
It's a lose-lose. If Sony doesn't show anything new, people cry out. But if they only show release dates, people cry out that where's the new stuff?
Or better yet, let's pretend for a moment they had more Last of Us 2 at this past E3. They give you a release date, a date, for not like, December 2018 or December or coming this year. I'm talking about, this is coming out October 4th, 2017. Release dates down the line, but then they show you another teaser for Last of Us 2.
And then people are upset about that.
The forum, the Twitter sphere for the next week would have been, really? No date for Last of Us 2? We're just going to see more of whatever that is? Come on, Sony. Lazy developers. That's what they're doing.
I don't, like with that and Death Stranding, I don't want to see them until they're ready to release. I'm
tired of Death Stranding. I don't want to see it again.
I like what Bethesda did with Fallout 4, and they did it with Wolfenstein 2, and they did it with Evil Within 2. Fallout 4, it kind of leaked out, and then they kind of announced, that it was coming, but then
was that really a leak though? Was that really? Because let's be honest,
it was probably
there had been dumb fucking teasers for years for Fallout 4. But we knew it was coming.
Yeah, and then they just announced, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it'll be here in 6 months." And then you look at Wolfenstein. I expected the announcements for Wolfenstein and Evil Within 2 even before it was leaked. Like even during the week of E3, it got leaked out there, and so even before that I was expecting to see those two, but I wasn't expecting them to be like, "Oh yeah, October such and such." They're I think 2 weeks apart, aren't they? 3 weeks apart. Like they're both in October. Yeah. One's I mean, it's insane how it's awesome that they're close together. I won't play Evil Within 2 because I don't like scary games, but I'm happy it's out there for the people that want to play it. More power to you. That is awesome.
There were parts of The Last of Us that scared the hell out of me, and I had to turn the lights on.
Well, then I'm not looking forward to playing that. But anyway, so I think I want that kind of announcement cycle from developers, or worst case scenario, hey, Sony can have it lined up perfectly. Here's a teaser at E3. Here comes PSX, whatever. Here, or the next time they show it, here's the release date. I wouldn't like with The Last of Us 2. We saw the teaser at PSX. The next time you show it, let it be E3 and then say it's coming out in the fall. You know what I mean? Like everybody's hyped out of their minds about. You don't have to hype up The Last of Us 2. Death Stranding, you don't have to hype up, so you don't need to keep putting it in our face, because the more you put it in our face, the angrier we're gonna get that it's not out already.
No. With Death Stranding, the angrier we're gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that's true.
What is this?
I will be honest, I can't wait to play it because I love Hideo Kojima, and it's gonna be interesting.
Did you play Metal Gear Solid 5?
Not all the way through, but I know it's crazy. I've heard it's crazy. I know 4 is crazy. The last Metal Gear I played before I went to computer and started playing WoW. So I gave up consoles for a while and played World of Warcraft on my Mac. So it was Metal Gear Solid 2.
No more buttered scones for me. I want to play the Grand Piano.
Right. So I bought Metal Gear Solid 3, but I never really got into it. So it just sat there next to my PS2 while I was playing World of Warcraft 2, or World of Warcraft, I mean. And then
people talk highly about 3. 2 and 3 are a couple of the highest.
Which is why I'm glad I have a PS3, because as soon as it goes on sale next time, I'll probably pick it up so that I can play the hell out of it, and see what it's like. But I didn't get 4 because I went Xbox 360 instead of PlayStation 3, and so like picking up Ground Zeroes and Metal Gear Solid 5, it's just going to be interesting trying to get back into, Kojima's world before Death Stranding drops. So
it's like describe Metal Gear in a sentence. Oh, it's like military espionage, but you're really a clone, but there's supernatural vampires, yet...
Yeah.
There's a lot of commas in this sentence.
There are. No, there are.
Oh, and you can hide in a cardboard box.
Yeah. That's
why
amazing.
Why the fuck
though.
not?
That's amazing, though.
No, the last Metal Gear game, I played 5. Before 5, the last Metal Gear game I played was on the NES. So I should never talk about Metal Gear Solid. It just doesn't interest me. I feel like, as somebody who is interested in this industry, to the degree that I am, I feel like I should know what Metal Gear Solid is, and I've tried several times to just sort of. I don't want to understand it. I don't want to know the timeline. I don't want to know the chronology. But I've tried to get a sense of it, and every time I've tried, I've realized I don't have enough breadcrumbs to get home. I'm just.
Well, it's not. It can't be as convoluted as the Soul series, because there's.
But see,
there's not.
You know what?
Different time. There's not time folding in on itself. You know what I mean?
Bringing it back to Dan Reichert, I think the Soul series makes sense. Like, because of, and it's not because of like. It's not because of like fan theories that have been put on YouTube by like Epic Name Bro or VatiVidya, which those are fucking cool, man. And the guy that I can't think of right now, who did every Souls game as a movie, like all that stuff is really cool and really thought out and timed with impeccable degrees, even though it sort of exposes the holes that are there just because video games. But like I feel like the Souls series, or at least each game individually, makes sense to me. Now if you wanted to get into some of the lesser characters and what their motivations and where their placement is sort of in the lore, that's a different ask. Mm-hmm. I feel like as a story, there's enough there. But if you were to add, I'll stop you right there. If you want to say what's the story of Dark Souls, well, the story is there's a choice to keep the fire burning or to extinguish the flame every time. What does that mean? Well, that sort of depends on how you interpret the action. To keep the fire burning is to keep civilization happening. To extinguish it is to end it. But as each of those games individually show you, both those actions mean different things, and I'm not going to sit here and dig any further because
same goes with Bloodborne. Do you keep the cycle going or do you stop it?
Yeah, and literally that's it. And instead of, I think Bloodborne personally has a more plausible story because instead of, fire on, fire off, it is, do you want knowledge or do you not want knowledge?
Right. Yeah, and I think it's more cohesive.
And
I wonder if Sony.
But there's also a fucking statement there, because especially if you want to take a step, if you want to take one of the highest peaks in Yharnam and look into our world from said peak, do you want knowledge or do you not want knowledge? Because it actually parallels a question of, at least in America right now, because there are a lot of people who say, I don't need knowledge. And there are people that say this. Look, we live in a world where there's actually traction of people who think the Earth is flat. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I like the fact that, you know, a video game can ask that question. Do you want knowledge or do you not want knowledge?
Yeah.
And then as you get to that question in the game, it sort of defines what knowledge is and what knowledge isn't.
Insanity.
And well, it's not that, but like in Bloodborne, it's becoming a beast.
Well, yeah, and somewhat going mad too.
And then on the other side of it, it is the definition of going mad.
Mm-hmm.
And to quote Mark Renton from Trainspotting, it's a fucking tightrope, Spud.
It is.
It's a fucking tightrope. So yeah, I think the Soul series makes sense. Done.
What? Did I even state my topic?
No, it's your turn now.
How did we get on that? I don't even know how we got off on that, which is fine. I love you too, buddy. It doesn't bother me that we did, but I'm just trying to think how we got to it. So,
Moose, I just want to say this one thing. You're kind of now a new person on this podcast. You should know how it works.
Right, I know. We just go off.
We sent you the flyers. Did you get the flyers?
We just go off in the distance.
Do I need to fact sheet the TPS report handout again?
What would you say you do here?
Thank you, Jason. Come back anytime. You let me know you want to be on, I'll make it happen.
Thank you.
All right. So my topic is, what video game world, in what video game did you decide that you would, or if you have, or have you ever decided there was a video game world where you would rather do absolutely nothing and take course what's taking course, or just destroy it to the utmost extent? Has there ever been a time where you were like, this is the way the narrative's going to go, this is how the story's going, but you know what? I really don't like the world I'm in. I don't like the people I'm in. These people don't deserve saving. These people don't deserve anything. I'm either A, gonna destroy and kill everything, or B,
with fire.
I'm not gonna do a darn thing. Yeah, with fire. Yeah,
fire. Jason, do you have an answer? Because I actually do. You want to think for a second?
Actually, I do. I did. So I did my first run through of Fallout 4. I was a dick and killed everyone to the point where I couldn't continue and had to start a new game.
I love it. That's so you too. That's so you too.
Except Preston. That fucker wouldn't die.
Dude, what is it? Every Preston, mine's Fallout 3. I actually played through that game like 10 times. It's ridiculous. I went through one game where I was like, I was going to help everybody, and I did that. It was fun. I went through the next game where I'm like, fuck Megaton, blowing it to hell. And, of course, the only one surviving, fucking Preston. I'm like, bitch, you need to die. I don't care how many times I have to cap you in the face. You need to die, sir. I'm done. You go.
I was going to actually say SimCity, but I think everyone played that to blow it up, so that part doesn't count. Nobody plays it not to blow it up.
Well, I mean, I played SimCity originally, like in the early 90s. On PC.
SimCity 2000?
No, before 2000. But it was like the first time you could have like a monster come by and wreck your city. I basically decided I was going to survive long enough for that shit to happen. And I literally called everybody. I called my sister. I called my mom. I called my dad. I'm like, hey, guys, Godzilla's in town. And they come over. What the fuck's going on? I'm like, look. And you just see this monster walking through my town. I'm like, I built this for him to destroy. I probably sounded like that little man in Ghostbusters 2 going, oh, he's Vigo. That's probably what I sounded like. And then, my parents, that was the first time my mom actually goes, I think you have a problem. I was like, do I, Mom? I built all those elaborate things with Legos. Why'd I do that? So I could kill it. Isn't that why you played with Legos? Yeah, you build a spaceship so you could throw it at the wall and watch it explode.
That's true. Yeah. Blow stuff up.
Don't need therapy at all.
That's still for debate too.
Matthew Keel, hashtag up for debate.
Yeah, that's what it should be. So was that your answer, Matt, or
I feel like I just stumped all over Jason. No, that was basically my answer because Fallout 3, I did both. I tried to save it and then I tried to kill it.
Yeah. So.
But side note, there was one guy who spent like a shit ton of time actually killing everything he could in that world until the world was dead and it doesn't respawn anymore. Apparently that happens. And you just see him walking around the wasteland with the ink spots playing over his Pip-Boy, and it's actually sad.
Wow.
I feel most games now actually allow you, like they kind of expect people to, like the guy who did Fallout 4 without killing anyone, they design it so you have that option now. It's not like, I want a game where, like that guy, where you actually break it, where the game's like, nope, I'm out, you're done.
Yeah. So you can't move it forward.
Like, look at Infamous. Even if you don't go for the platinum, you got to play it good and bad.
Yeah. What is it? Undertale? It's coming to PS4 and Vita. That's the same way. Like, you don't have to.
God, I'm fucking excited for that.
Like, you can
so fun.
You can like talk your way out of every battle if you want to, and I think that's pretty cool. I like that feature. But So to finish my topic, my world, it's Dark Souls 3. And to be honest, I think it's all the Dark Souls. It's going to be all the Dark Souls games for me. Because unlike, like when I played Bloodborne, I felt like there was like something there to save. The townspeople were assholes. But like you didn't get the sense that there was like nothing else out there. The people were hiding in their buildings because it was the night. Spoilers if you haven't played Bloodborne, fuck off if you haven't. Also,
no, if you haven't played Bloodborne, it's your goddamn fault. Look in the mirror and fucking deal with the problem. It's not hard.
But then you got people in Yharnam who like hate outsiders, and then they hate what's going on, and they hate hunters because it's their problem. And so, but like you feel like you can do some good in that town. But when I started playing Dark Souls 3, I slowly realized that everything in the world wants to kill you, and the only thing that doesn't is the strategically placed NPCs by the game, and that's it. There's no town surrounded by enemies or anything. There's not even like a glimpse of like normalcy. It's just all, I'm gonna wreck your shop or you have to wreck mine. As far as a person to monster, player to monster, and so I was just like, the only reason I'm playing, the only reason I'm actually trying to do all the endings and play all the Dark Souls games because I want all the platinums, because I love Bloodborne so much and I had to get that platinum. So I'm working on the platinums, but it's just like I would just let this world just die. Like spoilers for, Dark Souls 3, it's got 3 endings, but I went with one of these.
4, by the way.
Well, 4 if you tweak one of the 3, but you don't get a trophy for it. But anyways, I went with the hollow ending. And so, but I would rather go with the one ending where you just, like we were talking before, you can either light on, light off, just extinguish the flame, let the world fall into darkness, and whatever happens, happens. That would be my ending that I would choose. I would not I would not sacrifice myself to rekindle that flame. I would not, engulf that flame in myself to try and become all powerful or whatever. I would just take it, the eternal flame, and just extinguish it and let the world die. Because to me, there's nothing redeeming in that world. I mean, yes, there are a lot of NPCs in that game that are awesome. Onion Bro is the best.
That's not even the good Onion Bro.
No, I know, but I like him in that game. And then,
no, Sigurd is okay.
I like Sigurd.
Sigurd's okay.
And I feel, and I also, another point to my to my topic, Dark Souls always seems to have like a boss that you always feel bad for. Like with Bloodborne, I'm playing them out of order, but for Bloodborne, for me, it was Vicar Amelia, because you feel like you see the cutscene for her, and it's just like I really feel bad for her because she's just trying to do good.
She's trying to do what
her calling was in the game, and just turned into this, and you have to kill her. Well, I feel what is it, Yam or Yarm? The giant.
Yorm, the giant.
I feel he's the one. Like, that's the one I feel really bad for. And the dancer. I feel bad for the dancer in Dark Souls 3 too. But anyways, I feel like if you could not kill them and let them live, that would be something to try and save. But like, there's nothing redeeming. Like, everything you come in contact with in that game wants to kill you. And I understand. That's probably how Demon Souls started, and Dark Souls started, and all that. But starting on Bloodborne, I think, kind of screwed me up on being sympathetic to the series in that way.
It didn't, because and I'm just gonna, sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
In the original Dark Souls, in Demon Souls, it's not the difference with Demon Souls and the Dark Souls series. It's not that you feel bad for bosses. In Demon Souls, I don't give a fuck about the bosses, because those guys are assholes from moment one. They are literally dicks on steroids out to ruin your day. The NPCs, however. And if you play the game to platinum, like the way I did, and you make the adjustments for world tendency in Demon Souls, the NPCs become like, that's where you start to feel bad. Like, there's a brother sister pair of NPCs that you fight one of them at one point and one of them at a later point, and just hearing their dialogue, you're just like, oh. I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to do this, but if I don't do this, they go and do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like the presentation in the Soul series has never been better than it's never been better than Demon Souls, because there's a lot to unpack in the Demon Souls presentation, because this is before like item descriptions were sort of a thing. Like, they were a thing in Demon Souls, they really were, but they weren't put at the forefront of like loading screens. You actually saw idealized pictures of the NPCs or the bosses.
I've played some Demon Souls,
it's just gorgeous to look at even now. But like in Dark Souls, there are two bosses, and I'm not going to name them, that I feel bad for, that I feel bad that I had to kill. And then there's also, the mechanic was built into Dark Souls where the NPCs had to quote unquote go hollow and attempt to kill you. And there are way less of those that I felt bad for than in Demon Souls. But the first time where you see like, you're like, that's my boy Lautrec over there just sort of hanging out, and then he goes hollow and tries to fuck your shit up. You're like, whoa, you're my friend, and then he kills you, of course, because you're going, hey, wait a minute, it's me, remember? And then you have to go back and then you kill him with fire, because that's what you do. But in those fights, as you progress, you hear like different dialogue. You hear them say things. And in Demon Souls, almost all of that sort of hit in a guttural way, where in Dark Souls, significantly fewer amounts of them did. And as the Souls series sort of progressed, the same thing sort of happened. And in Bloodborne, like, none of the NPCs really go hollow.
Yeah.
Like, none of them start out like willing to talk to you, and then just decide they want to ruin your day. And that's probably the one thing. Like, I mean, it was cool that you get, hunters that you have to fight.
Mm-hmm.
But
if you play certain ways in certain quest lines with some people, they decide to fuck your shit up. So,
yeah.
I mean, but it's not like an automatic. It's not like it's going to happen no matter what. It's like if you play it this way, so and so is going to try and wreck your shop.
But I think really the only one is Eileen. I think that's really it.
Now there's another one. If you said spoilers for Bloodborne, but if you send the guy that's feasting on people to the chapel, he starts killing people off.
Oh
find out about him.
That asshole. Yeah, I learned that one the hard way originally. I forgot about him.
Yeah, you're right. The nun goes crazy if you take too much of.
Yeah, she kills the prostitute because that's what the church does. Then who else? Eileen really is the one that sort of mirrors Dark Souls. But you are correct. The dude who's eating people, he decides to start eating everybody at the Odin Chapel.
If you break into Yosefka's clinic before Rom, she'll attack you too. Or will she give you a chance?
Well, that's actually not Yosefka. That's actually
spoilers again. No, I understand that. I'm just trying not to spoil everything. But if you go into the clinic. She'll give you the chance to walk away, and if you don't walk away, and then even the hunters that help you, what is it, Eileen, the crow? If you attack her, she will come at you.
She's not happy about it. She's not happy about it at all.
You have to kill her, and I will have to say, I started New Game ++, and I finally got the badge from her because I didn't kill her. Like in the end stage where she's on the steps of the cathedral, like bleeding out, and you gotta go kill the guy. Well, I went and I killed the guy and came back and was able to finally get the rune that she gives you for the Hunters League or whatever it is. I've never had that rune because the first time I played it, the first playthrough with you and I killed her by accident, and then when we found out that Chalice dungeons weren't affected by New Game Plus, and so we started New Game Plus. Like, remember when we did that and we were still working the Chalice dungeons for the tail end of the Platinum? Like, I think I did the same thing. Like, I screwed something up, or I just didn't play. I wasn't following, like you were helping me the first playthrough. Like, you need to do this, get this for the best story, this for this. Like, I wasn't doing any of that. And I think what I did was I didn't go down to Odin Tomb and help her kill Heinrich so that she would appear up there. So then I wasn't able to get the Hunter's Room. So
you do know that when you kill that dude that's hanging out where Vicar Amelia is, you go back and talk to her, and she gives it.
Yes, right. No. I know first playthrough, I killed her by accident. The second playthrough, she wasn't there because I didn't kill Heinrich. We progressed through the bosses.
So you walked up and you saw her, because if you don't help her kill a Heinrich,
she wasn't even there either. She wasn't there at all.
Oh,
I don't know where the heck she went. So I didn't get
How royally did you fuck up, Moose?
I think a lot, apparently.
All the way.
So the second playthrough, I didn't get it. And then so now, this third playthrough, I was able to get it. And then I still have to get the room from the Rockhead chick in the DLC, where you get the brain stuff too.
Oh, the milkweed rune.
The milkweed rune. I just wanted to have it. But
you don't want to build up that arcane and just start going wow.
So anyways, so it's just
pussy.
But I liked how Bloodborne handled things, and I like how I do like how Dark Souls handles things. Like, I like talking to the people in the game, and I like interacting with the NPCs. I feel like they did a good job with it. It definitely moves faster than Dark Souls 2.
Dark Souls 2 is the weirdest one of three.
I don't think we've talked about this because we haven't talked in forever, besides doing podcasts, but haven't had a chance to talk about Dark Souls. After beating Dark Souls 3 and going back to Dark Souls 2, I'm adjusted more to the game style of the Soul series, so Dark Souls 2 isn't as bad as I thought it was.
No, it's never going. It's not going to be. But even then, from Dark Souls 3 to 2, there's a reverse engineering that sort of has to happen.
A little bit, but it's not. It wasn't as slow as I thought it was, because we're coming from like Bloodborne, where you're moving. Even though it's not hyper fast hack and slash like God of War, and like a lot of people want to hack and slash. You have to think in the game. The game forces
you can't. There's no defense. The only defense is moving. Yeah.
Right, or the only defense is an offense.
There's a shield. There is a shield.
That's true. There is a shield. But,
fucking shut this noob up, Moose. Seriously, really?
Just boot him.
There's a shield.
Anyways, I'm looking forward to getting back in Dark Souls 2 after 3. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go finish up 3. Which I don't have much to do. I've got to farm Covenant, and I don't want to farm Covenant. So I've been putting off that Platinum for a while. But then I want to go. I might go all the way back to Demon Souls.
Is it the Blade of Dark Moon Covenant?
It's all of them. I don't have. I have to do all of them, except for the sun one, because I farmed so many.
Oh yeah, you just literally put your sign down, just all of a sudden. Oh look, sun token. Here you go.
Yeah. Anyways, so. We've done our 2 topics. Matt, what's your topic?
No. I was actually kind of thinking along the lines of you, Moose, which is fucking weird. That never happens. But now I have to kind of adjust my topic on the fly. So I'm going to actually take an abstract topic at this point, because this is something I've never really asked on this show. If someone asks you what your idea of the best game of all time is it your favorite game of all time, or is it something you think is the best game of all time, and why? I'm going to let you both answer, and I'm going to come back. You're going to have to recap. I have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Oh, crap. What is the best game of all time?
I mean, that's subjective in a way, because you could say Uncharted is, and I haven't played it. Yeah. So it might be for you, but I mean, how could you, I think it'd be difficult to, because you could say Horizon Zero Dawn's the best PlayStation 4 game, but if you don't own a PlayStation,
that's not the best game.
It's not the best. I don't know if a game would transcend everything to be the best. For me, I think the answer to the question would be favorite game. Honestly, because I think everyone, if you didn't play the game, you can't argue.
Right. I think it, and I also think that fun is subjective too. I'm gonna have, I have a crap ton of fun with Bloodborne, but I know people, Matt Phillips, who's been on the show before, and our buddy Dominic, you've talked to J-Bay, getting them to play Bloodborne, they just don't see the fun in it. It's like that, the roller coaster. It's like the roller coaster. They hate the frustration of the game, but it's like if you just get up to the top of the hill to where you can add people in for co-op, the rest of the ride is 1,000 times more fun than a lot of stuff you'll play.
Fucking beautifully illustrated, Moose.
Thank you. I'm trying. But anyways, Jason, you said that you think it more leans towards favorite game than it would be the best game, because like you said, Jason was stating that it really comes down to if you've played it or not. Because I've played the Uncharted series and he has not, and so if I said Uncharted is the best game, he would have no basis for understanding that because he's never played it. You know what I mean? So he's leaning more towards it would be an actual favorite. It'd be my favorite game is the best game of all time, instead of just this is the best game because of the mechanics or whatever.
Because we said Horizon.
Yeah.
But if you don't own a PlayStation,
If you're Nate Bacon and you don't own a PlayStation, you'll never play Horizon. You'll never play Bloodborne. You'll never play God of War. Any
indie game.
He doesn't play them anyways, from my understanding. But anyways.
Yeah, well, he thinks, isn't he the guy that thinks they personally offend him?
I think so. Yes. Might be him. But anyways, Jason, you were saying, so what would your best game be if you were going to pick your favorite game?
Well, that's not really what I was asking.
Oh, I apologize.
When someone I guess maybe I should elaborate. Let's just pretend all of us work in places that know we're the only person who plays video games, and we let people know that we play video games. And someone says, "Oh, well, I've always wanted to play video games. What should I play?" Ooh. And then, because for instance, when I
that's easy, man.
I know a lot about movies, and when people ask, "Well, what's the best movie?" I'm like, I'm always saying, "What are you asking? Are you asking my favorite or the actual best movie?"
Well, I was going to use that as an example because AFI has Citizen Kane, but how many people have seen Citizen Kane?
Yeah, it's true.
But then again, AFI also has that Citizen Kane for a reason. Sight and Sound used to be the barometer for the best film of all time too, and Citizen Kane was there for a long time. I think until 2012 when Vertigo finally dethroned it. So,
yeah.
I think if anything, it has to stick within the generation because you could say Ocarina of Time is one of the best games of all time, but obviously Breath of the Wild improved on it in every way possible, but only because you couldn't do that on the Nintendo 64.
True.
Like the improvements were, some improvements were because games were just broken, but some are based on the technology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, but I also think that video games as a medium hasn't really had its Citizen Kane moment yet.
Came close. Last of Us. Maybe not Citizen Kane, but maybe.
But see, when people say Citizen Kane is the best movie of all time, they're not saying that is the one that will get people who don't know anything about movies jazzed up about movies.
That's true.
Like if you're someone who grew up of my generation and all you watched were 80s action movies, you're gonna go to Citizen Kane and think it's fucking boring.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason they choose Citizen Kane is not because it is the most entertaining movie of all time, but it uses the medium of film the best. And I think there are probably only 2 or 3 films in that class that use the medium of film to the fullest degree. And I actually think Vertigo belongs there, and I would actually say Jean Renoir's Rules of the Game, which came out around the same time Citizen Kane did. But I don't think we have one single game that uses the medium of video games. And I'm actually getting to a point where I don't think we ever will.
Well, I think a problem with that is we essentially have 3 mediums: Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. You're splitting your movies. You have one audience. It's a movie. There's no.
You can get it on anything. You can get it on DVD, Blu-ray, streaming.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, for example. Everyone has access to that. It's in theaters. It'll be on video. But even if I wanted to play, say, Halo 6 when it comes out, I don't have the ability to do that. I don't have the hardware I'd have to buy the hardware too. So then it doesn't become an option I think it's more like you have to pick iconic games to show someone what's the best. You have to experience Mario. You have to experience Zelda. You have to experience Call of Duty. Even though it has its detractors, I agree. It's an iconic game, like GTA. even if you're greatly opposed to violence and how lewd it is, it's still iconic. Like, I don't think Horizon's iconic in a sense that it's an exclusive, and it's only been out since February.
GTA 3 was an exclusive too.
Right, but then the other GTA's, GTA's on the phone now.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't even have to. You can own an iPad and play it. I mean, it's not like,
which is weird. I'm playing GTA 3 for the Platinum now, and some of the videos I'm watching for like walkthroughs, because I can't remember the missions.
People playing
it on iPhone. I'm like, this is hilarious, because it'll flash the logo for like the 10th year anniversary, and then it'll pop up, and it's in the little square and the little buttons, and I'm like, that's not what the UI looked like. They're playing on iPhone, and I'm like,
God, that's fucked up, isn't it? That's so fucked up, isn't it?
Oh, it's so crazy. And I agree, and I was going to say that too. Like, you have to pick like one title from all, the big three, or you could even expand it and be like, hey, Atari was something, Sega was something, like to give multiple examples, to be like, this is the best of the best, because I agree. I think that's why we'll probably never see a game that uses the medium the best, is because you have to contend with three different platforms. You have to go four or five if you go mobile with the 3DS or whatever XL iteration they have in the Vita, but the Vita's dying. We all know that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna, it's hard to say this one game is the best. It's hard to say that without, like, I was thinking about my answer, and my answer was going to be like Tetris, because Tetris is different. Like, I feel like the game mechanics are good, because I was taking the approach of, if I was stuck on a deserted island, what game would I want to be stuck with? Mm-hmm. Tetris would probably be it. Or if internet and electricity weren't a problem, I'd go with World of Warcraft, because you could play that endlessly, as long as I kept up with it. But if someone came to me and said, what is the best, I want to try video games, what is the best game that I can play? I'm probably going to say it's a Super Mario game, Zelda, and Grand Theft Auto. I'd say 5, Grand Theft Auto 5. If you're buying a PlayStation 4 and you're like, what game should I buy with it? Buy Grand Theft Auto 5, and you'll never stop playing that game.
Yeah.
Because you've got car driving in it, you've got boating, you've got jet skiing, you've got skydiving, mountain biking. You could do that. You could play tennis, you could play golf in it. I mean, there's so much to do inside the world of Grand Theft Auto. So much game,
you can play other games.
Exactly. So, anyways.
Well, like, I bet if we each picked our favorite game right now, we'd probably even have different generations of systems. I know that wasn't your question, but I mean, that just proves, like, mine's Final Fantasy 3 on Super Nintendo.
Wow. That's awesome. Going way back.
Man.
Not even like, I like that. I like that answer, because it's not a typical.
I don't answer. Like Final Fantasy, but good for you, man.
I respect that answer.
Yeah, I respect that. None of this 6, 7 bullshit. I want SNES, Final Fantasy 3. Fuck all y'all. All right? Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be my answer. Yeah, I mean, that would be, that's awesome.
So your favorite game is Final Fantasy 3 on SNES?
I had a brain fart, you jackass.
Oh, you're gonna hate me later. Oh, you are gonna hate me.
Corey, I'm done. 2 episodes. I'm out. No, just kidding.
Take me out, coach.
Bruce Lee.
I was trying to say that's a great answer.
It is a great answer. We Moose. You got Moose. You got the Moose and Matt seal of approval, Jason.
I like
Thank
that.
you.
Welcome to the Brutang. Moose, what's your favorite game of all time? Because
Skyrim.
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 Okay. Yeah. And mine's the original Legend of Zelda. So
3 different systems.
Yeah, 3 different systems.
3 different generations.
Yeah. Well,
20 questions.
20 questions time.
Son of a bitch.
Have you ever played 20 questions, Jason?
I know how it works.
Okay, you know how it works. All right, good. I like it when I don't have to explain it. All right, so I have a video game, and it would be in my best interest if y'all fuck up. So just keep that in mind. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
I will let the cherry popper ask the first question. I will keep track of them in the chat. You may proceed, mon ami.
Did it come out after January 1st, 2000?
Taking the Corey route. No, it did not.
Oh.
Earlier game. Hmm. Is it a came out before 2000? Is it an exclusive?
Yes.
Before 2000 exclusive.
Is it the 64-bit era?
Would that be?
Would that be
Elaborate your question.
like the
Would that be the 6th generation with the N64?
yes. No.
That was 5th because 6th generation was PlayStation 2 and Xbox, and then 7 was 360 and PlayStation 3, wasn't it? Because we're in 8th right now. We're in the 8th generation, right?
It depends on who you ask if you want to talk number of generations, but just give me a little more information about the 64-bit area that is in question.
Nintendo 64, what was that, PlayStation 1? That era?
Yes.
Okay. Jason, do we want to ask the question?
I think we have to.
It wasn't an exclusive to the N64.
No, it was not.
Okay, so mine being PlayStation, but then Genesis wasn't in that era, was it? It was just PlayStation and N64, right?
Saturn.
Do we want to go with genre?
Yeah, we could do that. Or like we did the last week he was on, we won. We could
ask a whole bunch of questions and have Corey pull it out of his ass. Oh, wait.
We could ask the question like, do you play a human? Is there melee combat? Do you shoot something? We could ask like those types of questions to help like eliminate.
Do you see any part of your character?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not a first-person shooter.
Correct.
Although some of them do show their feet, don't they? But anyways, that was like later on, I think. Hey, you see part of your body? I'm just trying to think of. I will ask. Do you shoot anything?
Shit. Hang on. No. Wait.
He just went the demon head-filled route. Maybe?
Maybe? What does maybe mean?
I'm finding out. It's been since this game came out. Since I played it. No, you don't.
Don't shoot anything.
Don't shoot anything.
There were a lot of RPGs on the PlayStation.
Is there melee combat?
I kind of want to say yes. I kind of want to say no. I'm going to let you elaborate before I answer.
Do you hit things with a blunt or sharp object?
No.
Dude.
It's missed. It's got to be missed. It's missed. The first walking simulator.
You shut the fuck up. Miss is a great game.
I'm kind of. So you don't hit anything with a sharp object. So you got to think of games. So the game I'm thinking of, what came out on PlayStation. You could see your character. You did not shoot anything, as far as I know, and you did not melee things. Did you? Did you have to use both analog sticks on the PlayStation controller?
Fuck, I don't remember.
I think I know which game it is.
Share it with your teammate.
I think it's Ape Escape. You had to capture monkeys. And it was the first game that like you moved with the left stick and spun around with the right stick to capture stuff.
It's really inconclusive to go either way. Can you ask a different question? I don't have an answer. I literally do not have an answer.
Okay. Jason, you think I should ask it?
It's probably not Ape Escape because that came out on PS4 then, and it would be assumed that you could use both. And if he doesn't know it, I'm guessing it's not a remaster.
Well, it was exclusive to that console at that time. So I don't. He got us with one where like the Burger Man thing, where it was exclusive at the time, and then a year later it came out on something else. So
no, because Matt Phillips asked, was it initially an exclusive? He always assumed it came to everyone else, but you guys never asked, so I didn't give you that piece of information.
You want to just ask if it's human or alien?
Are you playing a human in the game?
I'm gonna call this a human. That's question 8.
I'm gonna call this a human.
That's like you said, Damon going, maybe. What is that? I'm gonna call this a human. All right.
PlayStation 1.
I think it's.
Well, it still could be an RPG technically because magic isn't excluded from guns or.
That's not. Yeah, you're not shooting something with a gun, and you're not hitting something with a blunt object. You want to ask if it's
unless he pulls his crap that you're shooting lightning out of your hands.
Then I would smack him next month when I see him.
That's true. Moose would definitely smack me for that.
Maybe not. Maybe it'd be a closed fist as soon as he opens the door.
I probably. I deserve that one for that game of 20 questions a couple weeks ago. I can't.
Well, it's your question, Jason. But do you want to ask if it's RPG?
Is it an RPG?
No, it is not.
Okay.
So it's not an RPG. That does exclude a lot of stuff on the.
Well,
he's crazy.
That's why you love me.
PlayStation.
Yeah. I'm thinking PlayStation as well.
I like how you guys are assuming that. That's great.
It's probably. Well, I asked if it was N64, right? Jason?
Yes, but there were 3 consoles.
Yes, I know.
We're talking about.
So Saturn. I don't know any Saturn games. So if it's on Saturn,
it's not Saturn because he would have knew the answer to the dual stick.
That's true. That's true. He would have answered it.
Well played. Someone has done his homework.
Did I mention I was an investigator for 6 years?
I'm almost impressed. Well, investigate the title of my game, Jason. What kind of investigator were you?
fraud investigator, workers'
Oh,
comp.
nice. Oh, that's my favorite. That's my jam. I love that shit. That's so cool. Oh. Well, no, like my full-time job, I work in predominantly occupational health, and I get a lot of people calling saying, hey.
All right, so it can't be the PlayStation mascot from PlayStation 1, because if he thinks he's a human.
Wait, what?
I don't think
you said you would consider the main character or the person you play as a human.
Oh yeah. No, it's not Crash. No, it's not Crash. Fuck Crash. All right, fuck Crash in his stupid face.
Damn, that's some hate right there.
Crash sucks. All right. How do we agree?
Oh, is it your question, Moose?
I think it is.
No, it's yours.
You want to ask about dialogue?
Do you think, like, is there any spoken dialogue, or if it's all like read dialogue, like freaking, I don't know, like written, I mean, that's what I was trying to say. I don't know. Is the main protagonist silent? You know, could ask that.
Yeah.
Does the main protagonist talk?
I don't remember.
Now, see, you should automatically be disqualified for this, because that's 2 times you don't remember.
No, it does not.
I'll give him the controller one, because if it hasn't played,
I haven't played the game since it came out.
Right? No, and I understand that. I'm understanding of that. Okay.
And not to give anything away, it was a long time ago. I was in high school when it came out. Do the math.
So you're a year younger than me, and I can't. 94 to 98. So you were 95 to 99.
Well, actually, you would have been 94 to 97. I would have been 95 to 98.
Well, I got held back, so.
I was 95 to 98 then.
Oh, well, we were the same. We graduated the same year.
Okay.
So, because we are the same age. I mean, you're just a couple.
Yeah, I'm like months younger than you. Yeah.
You're like 6 months behind me.
Fucking geriatric NGR over here.
I know. 2 old people in the same.
We'll try to narrow the genre down again.
Oh, do you know what we could ask? Was it one of the crazy 3D type games? You know what I'm talking about? Like PlayStation went through this whole, like, because they were trying to ape Mario 64, but then like a whole shit ton of games came out where it was like 3D based. Do you want to ask if it was, you know, like a 3D world exploration game?
Sure.
Now, is it yours or my question? I think it's yours.
It's your question.
Oh, is it?
No, it's yours, Jason.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was yours because I asked the 10th one, which was I can't remember what I asked. Oh, does the protagonist talk? And he's like, I don't know. I'm not sure. So, but anyway.
Actually, was it a racing game?
No.
Okay. Let's say Gran Turismo. You see your hand. You're a human.
That's true.
But then again, he was hesitant on the human thing.
I'm going to ask my question. Is it a 3D exploration world? Are you like a, you know, like the craze, like Mario type?
No, it's not.
Okay. I got, crap. That eliminates my game, so. I'm trying to think.
Was it a... Was it a fighting game?
Nope.
Damn it. So it's not racing, not fighting, not RPG, not a shooter.
It's got to be a platformer or a 2D side scroller. I'm going to ask that question. Is it a 2D side scroller?
Yes. 5 questions left, or 6 questions left. You're on question 15.
Might be the greatest side scroller ever.
Which is?
Or one? No, one of the greatest. I'm not going to say the greatest.
Which is?
Hold on. I don't know if I'm guessing yet.
No. I'm just wondering where your head's at. This isn't a guess.
No, so you're not stating the question. You can tell them what you think that greatest game is.
Symphony of the Night.
But you use hit things with blunt objects.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
So
I'm gonna call it.
Trying to think side scrollers.
Where you're not beating anything up.
Did PlayStation have a Mario-esque game?
Just remember, I said you're not hitting anything with blunt objects. You give it that way.
Could be sharp objects.
The melee combat question is answered on that. I'm not hitting. You're not hitting anything.
And you're not shooting anything. Maybe you're kicking.
I think kicking is still melee, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be. You're right. Shit. It's not melee. You're not shooting.
I like the fact that that all three of us seem to be equally lost on this one.
I'm going to ask a question. Is it currently or was it ever part of a series?
Yes.
Okay, so it's part of a series. Side-scrolling series.
I'll give you this. Series only had 2 games.
It's still a series.
Yeah,
so,
but I'm just saying, it's not a series that's still being released.
Right, yeah, it's
Fun fact, the sequel bankrupted the studio.
Well, it's not Rayman, because that's still being made.
Yeah.
Plus, there's been multiple Raymans.
Sequel bankrupt.
And Rayman's pretty good.
I've yet to play any of the most recent ones.
Oh, they're good, man. They're good. I've played with you for like 3 years now, Moose. You don't seem like much of a platformer guy, though.
Oh, I love platformers.
Okay.
I do. I like play. I'd rather play, like when I'm not playing with anybody, I'll play them. But if I play socially with people, like it's mainly like shooters or Helldivers.
Yeah.
That's how we played, or Bloodborne, or whatever. Yeah. But
I will say this: if we could do online co-op with Spelunky, oh man, the times we would have.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's why I want to play Mercenary Kings. Mercenary Kings has got online co-op. It's kind of a platform. But anyways, it's part of a series. Second one bankrupted. There's no melee. Not shooting. I would consider him human. Not RPG. I don't.
5 questions left.
I don't even know. Is it on me?
No, it's Jason's. You guys switched up.
Oh, it's Jason's question.
Wait. Did Spyro have more than one? No, it did. Spyro 3. Never mind.
Technically, Spyro is still releasing games.
Yes.
That's true.
Skylanders. We narrowed down everything.
Well, we still don't know exactly what console it's on, but then you pointed out it had to be. So
you know what console it's on. I'll give you that.
So it's on Sony.
Yeah.
2D side scroller. What about that game, Cleo? Where you were the somewhat dog looking? Oh no, that's humanoid. That's not humanoid. That's a dog, I guess. It's the only platform I can think of.
Banjo-Kazooie.
No. God, what a shit show Rare has become. I don't.
Jesus, I don't even know what questions to ask to narrow this down.
I don't know.
Did you? I don't even know if this question won't even narrow it down. Did you collect stuff? Mm-hmm. That was kind of a toss-up.
Yeah. I think they had more than one game in that series. There's only 2 games in the series, and the last one almost bankrupted.
No, it did bankrupt the series.
Did bankrupt it. Sorry. Did bankrupt the studio. So the developer or the publisher.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be
the developer.
Developer. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to ask. Because it's just now it's just basically down to guessing games of the genres that for the answers we know, and I don't know any titles like that on PlayStation, on the original PlayStation. Played a lot on there, but I played more RPGs than I did platformers. So it's a platform.
It's a platformer where you collect stuff. What does that usually tell you about a platformer?
You're just stomping on people's heads.
Also, a certain type of style platformer. Something you might have mentioned that is very much the iconic version of this platformer, or one of the iconic versions of this type of platformer.
That's why I need a version of an iconic platform. Who tried to copy Mario? What series is out there? I'd say that I don't even know either, man. Well, he was
not Mario.
Really a platformer, but
not Mario.
Collect things. Sonic.
Wait a minute. Oh, platformer. Place. Is it Toomba?
Wait. Tomba? Isn't
Tomba?
Is that your guess? Is that your guess?
That's my guess.
That you realize if you're wrong, that ends the game.
No, okay, hold on. Toomba was made by I think it had a stupid name. What are those things when you played the prank? You put them on the chair. People sat on them.
Whoopee cushions.
Yeah, it was Whoopee Camp. They made that.
Whoopee Camp. And
I don't think they made anything after that. I didn't know if they went bankrupt, but I think Toomba 2 is like the last one. Do you want to just guess it? Wait, what question are we up to?
This is your 17th. It's Moose's question.
I mean, see if you can narrow down Toomba.
Based on the puzzled look on Moose's face, you're gonna have to help him with this one.
No. What didn't he have orange hair? Something like that.
Orange paint. He had weird color hair.
Yeah. Pink.
It was spiky.
Maybe it was pink.
I think it was spiky too.
Can't even contain myself. I'm gonna love this. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
I don't. Does the main character have orange spiky hair?
No.
Or weird colored hair? Okay. Damn. Tomba. I couldn't.
I think Tumba has pink hair, but
I think you might be right. You might be right.
was the enemy a pig?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got to be Tumba.
Do you want me to guess that?
Unless you could think of another question, and then we use it on our last guess.
No, I don't. I can't think.
Well,
of
you get the full 20 questions, then you have to guess. So
Yeah.
you guys technically have 2 questions left.
Does he ask? I mean, pink hair.
All right, I'll ask. Does the main character have pink hair?
Yes.
Is it Tumba?
Yes. Were you Googling?
No.
Okay, good. Motherfuckers! I thought I had you.
So the one that I thought it was Klonoa. So
no, I did not sleep with that girl.
no. But it's not a human. Like it's.
I didn't sleep with that girl to get Clamilla. I did not. No.
But anyways, it's Klonoa. Sorry, Klonoa.
Anyways. Dirtier.
Yeah, you know.
Motherfuckers.
Well, there weren't many platforms.
Well, but see, like the funny thing is, like I said, it's a version of an iconic platformer. It's a Metroidvania.
Yeah.
It was released in 1998 when I was a senior in high school, and it was one of the last games I actually bought while I was in high school, and I love that game.
Because Parappa didn't go out. They didn't go out of business.
Nope, Parappa I don't know if that developer continued, but Whoopee Camp was bankrupted by Tomba 2.
I mean, Parappa was in PlayStation All-Stars.
And Tomba is not. But Tomba was actually re-released in 2011. And, I did not buy that again. Probably should.
Because I was going to guess Oddworld till we said human-ish, but then I was like, no, there's more than one.
Yeah, I would not have called the Oddworld people human. But Tomba is essentially human because it's like cartoony Neanderthal, which are still human. So
It was funny because I was thinking Bonk, but I was like, that wasn't a PlayStation 1 exclusive.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But good job. You guys got it. Fuck. I'm trying to increase my lead on Corey. None of y'all are helping.
Well, hey, I'd like to say I helped him out. Anything that screws you over.
Oh, you got a long way to go. You got to start helping him stump me, number one, which you can't do. So, okay.
I did once.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I got you once. So,
Jason, new man in town. Where can we find you?
On PlayStation, Gimpy J with 2 Y's at the end of J.
Gimpy J.
And on Xbox I don't own it, so I don't have a gamer tag to give you.
Awesome.
Nice.
By the way, that would be an awesome gamer tag if you could fit that whole thing.
On Xbox, I don't own one. That'd be great, actually.
That would be awesome.
Huh.
That would be awesome.
Is there a way you can create a gamer tag on my phone? Because I don't have an Xbox gamer tag anymore. Mine's gone.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. I don't have any of my information for it, so I'm never getting it back. All those 100% that I had. I had the 100%. I had the 100% for Super Meat Boy. I had the 100% for
good luck
Bastion. Well, Super Meat Boy has changed since it came out on Xbox. The trophies and achievement things have changed since on Xbox on Xbox 360. Oh man, the game was easy. All you basically had to do was beat it and get the bandages. Now you have to beat it without getting hit. You have to beat it without dying. Oh,
it's brutal.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fucking love the game though.
No, Bastion shouldn't be hard to.
Yeah, I'll get Bastion again. I'm not worried about that. But I had the 100% for the original Mass Effect. The only place I played it. I had the 100% for BioShock, the original BioShock, which I did not play on PlayStation. What else did I have?
They didn't put BioShock 1 on PlayStation 3. It was only in the remasters for 4, right?
No, it was on PS3. I just didn't go back to it.
They must have released it way later because I thought it didn't come out at all.
No, Ahmed got it while he got the platinum on PS3, I believe. He fucking hated it too. What else? The original Mass Effect, BioShock, Oblivion. I had Splosion Man and Miss Splosion Man. Both those games are good. I wish Twisted Pixel stuff would come to PlayStation, but I don't think it ever will.
Yeah, that's like me and
Castle Crash. I didn't play a lot of Castle Crashes, but that'll never. That came to PS3, but I don't see it coming to 4.
No, it won't. They took it to Xbox One and did 60 frames per second, 1080p. But I'm just like, I'm not buying an Xbox One just for that game.
Moose, where can we find you?
You can find me on PlayStation. It's Sven, SVHENN, and then on Twitter the same name, and Instagram same tag.
And I am Infinite_Rewind on all the social media platforms I decide I want to be on. So if you're talking to someone named Infinite_Rewind and the mug doesn't match this idiot you're looking at on screen, they're probably going to show you their penis, and it's not me. So either you're going to be impressed and it's not me, or you're going to be really depressed and it's not me. Also, this has been NGR Radio episode 50, I believe.
I don't know.
You can find the main man in command here, Corey Dierig. No, I'm pretty sure it's 50. You can find the main man in command here, Corey Dierig, on Instagram at CoreyEatonHD, and on Twitter at CoreyEatonHD, I believe. And he is Rogue Spartan 4 on PlayStation. I don't remember his Xbox name. I'm pretty sure it's Rogue Spartan 4 as well. There.
Doesn't matter. Nobody plays on Xbox.
If you remember his friend code, that would be impressive.
Okay, fuck you. No. and right next to you, fuck friend codes. Yeah, I said it, Nintendo. Although Mario XCOM and Mario Odyssey looks real cool.
Yeah, Odyssey looks good, and Mario Rabbids looks pretty cool.
Like that game looks more fun than it has any right to be. Mario Rabbids, Mario Odyssey. I kind of knew that they were probably going to throw some new things into that ball of wax, and I'm impressed by what they've done.
I like their new gameplay feature with the hat.
Yeah, with the hat. Cool. Oh yeah, and everything you throw the hat on has a mustache. Oh, fucking good.
And then
that's some Wallace and Gromit ass shit that they're doing, and I love it.
Yeah, they've got some good stuff going on there.
But yeah, that's where you can find everybody involved with this particular show. Tune in for the next show for whatever cast of characters we've got. I've got some ideas. Corey's got some ideas. Even Moose has some ideas. So
anyways, finish the outro.
And thank you for watching if you stayed in tune for this long. And please like, subscribe to the channel. I was actually able to do some writing this weekend. I have 3 reviews that are about to go up on NGRradio.com. We're talking new Fleet Foxes album. I'm finally reviewing Father John Misty's album. And I've also got Priests, a great punk album from earlier this year that came out. Check it out all there, because I can only write about music. I can't write about anything that we want to talk about here. Goodbye for now. In the words of Corey, we love you. In the words of me, Banana, and out.